Hello and welcome to a new vlog. We are, as you can tell, already a bit later in the day. I'm about to go to bed and I didn't really have any energy to talk to you until right before I'm going to sleep. You're seeing a bit of this day. I built a little Lego flower. I listened to Assassin's Quest, which is lying over in the chair room behind me, but that is the audio I'm currently reading with Erica. And that is almost all the reading I did today. I did audio, but that is actually for 2 different vlogs because I did finish one and I started another one, which is for other vlogs outside this. But I did start one book I can talk about in this, and that is Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. This is a buddy read with my friend Johanna, and she chose the book. And this one follows a young professor who was very smart, and then she goes to this market every Saturday and she meets this other young woman called Ash that makes these amazing cupcakes, and she goes in out at this every Saturday, and she's just like, I always thought I was straight, but I'm very attracted to this woman, and she goes there. But we also know it's a horror, so we are a bit suspicious. I'm suspicious of our main character, that like there's more to her than we think. I think she's an unreliable main character, but I'm not 100% sure. I think the book is trying to lead with us thinking that there's something wrong with these cupcakes, but I'm unsure because we are like 20% in, and it's a short novella. Like, it's only 200 pages, so obviously I can't like spoil it, but there has been some weird interactions with Ash, who runs this stall at the market, with other customers than our main character. I'm unsure if like our main character is reading too much into those interactions and that's why we think they're weird, or if they're actually weird. Obviously, I'm not going to reveal the actual reveal as we get to it, but we are going to read it over the next, I think, 4 days, because this is very short, but then we read a certain chapter every day and talk about it, so that is fun. I also had plans of reading other things today, but that didn't happen, and like my main reads, I barely did any progress on. There was no time, and I chose to listen to audio with Erica instead because I needed that chill time, etc. So I updated my journal, so now I'm all updated, like, because I had to catch up on like the last days of September and done my October spreads. And then I am, as you can see, holding a package for you. I thought I'd gotten all my manga, but it turns out I hadn't. So let's open it. Address is on this side, so it looks silly. What is this? Oh, it is Snow White with the Red Hair 11. For some reason, I didn't think I ordered this. Apparently I did, but that is very good because I thought I'd failed this, but then apparently I didn't fail it after all. There's one other I failed with anyway. This is just the next one I need to read because there was a sale. This is the leftover from that sale that has taken like 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks or something to come in. Ooh, so putting that down. Then I think I've gotten everything from that order. I think next week there's another sale, and I think that these logs would be like 10 days, and then 11 days, because there's 31 days is in October, which is obviously very exciting. I didn't actually like read that many pages today. Like, I read in that novella, which was like 40 something pages, I think. And then I did audio, but like not like pages with my eyeballs. I'm going to read a bit in my book before bed, but I'm looking at the time now, and I have like maybe about 50 minutes to read when I actually am in bed. But yeah, so that is the start of October. We're very excited to have you here, and let's see what other reading I can fit into this vlog as we go along in October. I do have a couple I'm planning to read, but when, we shall see. Hello, so it is the next day, the 2nd. I don't really have more reading updates except that I did continue Bloom, and we are probably finished that maybe tomorrow instead of like the next day, because we both want to know what's going on, and we both have like different theories, but we are like not in disagreement. I just think the author's tricking us, but I'm not 100% sure, so we shall see. But I am really much enjoying it, and it's probably one of the books, or this is more of a novella that I've been immersed in a while. So everything else I've been reading has been really, really not engaging me. So again, excited to see how it will come around, and if the plot twist is good, I might even end up buying it, even though then I already know the plot twist. But I like to keep books I really loved, so we shall see. But the reason I started this clip was because I got this Fairyloot box. I'm not sure what it is, because
I don't think it is the monthly book because it feels so light to be the monthly book. And I know the monthly book is very heavy, so I don't understand what it is. But then it says on it, project. And I don't understand what that is. What is project? Like, is there a book called project? I'm so confused. And normally I know what's coming from Fairyloot and I can't understand what. And now I'm going to be like, oh my god, it's so obvious when I open it. I'm still so confused, even though I can see the top. What is this? Well, project was still a very, very, very bad name. Because, like, it's not a good name for it. It's nothing to do with a project. But at least it didn't spoil it on the cover. But this is actually A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen. This is the sequel to A Fate Inked something. It's either By Blood or In Blood. It's behind me somewhere. I actually can't find it. And this is the sequel. Now, I have actually already read this because I bought it in the library. And I must say I actually didn't end up loving this. I thought I would love it, and I love Bridge Kingdom, etc. But I didn't fall for this as much as I love Bridge Kingdom. I'm willing to maybe try it again later. See if I would then keep them at the time. But it was the risk of like not being able to have them matching. That's why I bought them. But it was like, I bought it months ago and then it wasn't like going to come until now. But I honestly thought it was not going to come until even later. So I thought that it came pretty early now. But it is a very, very pretty design. I don't know if it helps or not helps that the light is on. And it has very pretty art. So yeah. And then we do this. Let's see. Like that. And then I do believe, did you look at it naked? This is it naked. But we don't have the reverse. And the other one, I do believe we have the original in the reverse. And I do think that this is a very pretty color. While the original is not like terrible. But yeah, I didn't want to like wait that many months that we had to know until fall because it was released in like May, I think. So I borrowed it in the library. I read it in June and I ended up not loving it. Even though I've never felt like I loved the first one either. But I love Bridge Kingdom so much. So here we are. I need Fairyloot to do the rest of that set because I do have 1 and 2 in the Fairyloot set. But again, I do really, really like the design of it. But again, felt a bit disappointed in the book. So this is very contradicting of me because I don't want to keep buying books that I don't love. But again, I wanted a matching, but it's not like I hated it. I think I'm going to try to reread them again in like a few years on audio and then I will see. It's not like I hated it. I just did love it as Bridge Kingdom. That is all. Yay, at least I got it. But I was so confused with what it was. I did clear out a lot of room on my shelf like a couple of weeks ago, so it's fine. But yeah, now I did the last vlog, which is really great for me, which was really, really short, not planned at all. And then I would just do some chilling before I need to go to bed. Yay.
I made this avocado sandwich thing. Oh, it's in a pita bread that I never made before. And I hope it's good. I followed this recipe. And I had to take mayo in. Not mayo. I had to take things in that I don't usually eat. But I want to try it because, again, it looked good in the picture. But it's very runny. So yeah, I'm going to take a taste. There's also chili sauce in it. And I feel like I took the wrong chili sauce because I didn't say which one. Because it's very like, it's more spicy than I thought. And it just feels off. And it's runny. Let's see. Oh god, look. The avocado is falling out. Maybe I made a pocket too big. I don't know. I need to taste again. It's good. We love eggs. It wasn't even like spicy anymore. I don't know, I just tasted it and it felt spicy. Not that I mind spicy, it's just like I'm gonna have it for breakfast. So, okay, I'm gonna keep eating.
So I'm about to film my wrap up, but realized I need to say hello a bit here first. There's a lot of books everywhere right now. But yeah, I just had the avocado for breakfast. It was really good. I was scared I wouldn't be full for one, but I'm thinking like, cause there's like in the recipe you're supposed to do 4 pitas. So I'm thinking I will have it for breakfast for the next 4 days. And then it's like already done in a way, so it seems like really easy to have ready. So that is nice, but it was really yummy and very filling. So I finished Bloom yesterday and I did enjoy it. I hope that the book will be smarter than it was putting itself up to be. It was still like a fun see it all play out. It was a very good atmosphere. I personally really enjoyed the writing, etc. But for me, it didn't reach like exactly how I would love a book, because I felt like it was a bit too obvious set up, but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed that it was queer, etc. I feel like the ending was wild. It reminded me of a lot of like different movies and TV shows, but it goes in a way that you think it will go. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think that it was still set up well, and I ended up giving it a strong 4. Today we decided to read more like mystery stuff, me and Johanna, because it was like fun to like have a mystery and like theorize together. So we decided to start A Good Guy's Guide to Murder, which is did I just say A Good Girl's Guide? A Good Girl's... What did I just say? I don't think I said the right thing. It's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I don't know what I just said, by Holly Jackson. And this one is very, very popular. Like, a lot of people love this. I know it's super popular. I am very curious that if I actually know it, if it's actually good or if it's just overhyped. That will be very interesting. But I had it on my TBR for a while, and obviously I got it because of all the hype. So I am curious to see how it will be. I think we're going to start this today and I read it over the next couple of days. So obviously I'll keep you updated of how I feel about it. Other than that, I think I'm going to read some manga today, which would fit into this vlog. And then I'm just trying to really read for my other main vlog so that I can actually post it, because it's been over a month. So yay, but now I'm going to film my wrap up. Yay!
I have like a few minutes before work and then I need to run. So, quick updates for the reading I did this weekend. I did finish, let's see, whoop, did finish. Now we can take out this bookmark and I will put it here and forget about it. Did finish Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. Listened to this with Erica. It was a great time. Obviously, this is a reread for me, but I haven't read it since 2019, so it's been a while. And it was amazing. Obviously, this is much slower than the other two. It is also much longer. I was really reflecting on the fact that it really, I feel like the best part starts at like around 60%. While it's very slow and still super, super good, and I enjoy the characters, etc. And Fitz is a bit of an idiot here, but we love him. It was still obviously amazing, and I gave it 5 stars, especially like the ending. I wish that we spent a little less time traveling and more time in the end there, because it's a bit of an abrupt ending after being in the story for such a long time. Obviously, I know it's more, so I'm fine with it, but still. Obviously, next up, whenever we get Realm of the Elder Rings again, would be the ship series, which is incredible, and I'm so excited. But it was a ride, one of my absolute favorites, and obviously I gave it 5 stars and I recommend a lot. So we finished this, and then I can put that in wrap-up pile, and then, where is the other book we finished? Where did I put it? Life is a mess. Oh, okay, I can see it now. I don't even know what you can see all the way over there. But also listen to In an Absent Dream by Shannon McGuire. This one is the 4th in Wayward Children, which we are reading. I'm reading this together with Erica, but it is for my Patreon read-along, so now we can have the live show. This was the September book, but I'm reading it a bit now into the month. So this one, we have a girl going to fantasy worlds. I think every second book is like one set at the school, and then one set at like a fantasy world. And in this one, it does connect with the first one in a way. And it took me a moment to really realize that, who this character were. But I really love this. So far, of the ones I already read from before, this one is, I think, one of my favorites together with the first one. So I absolutely loved it, and I gave it a 5 again. This is obviously a reread until we get to the ones I haven't read before. My headset is falling off. It was a ride. I really, really loved the Goblin Market. I really, really love this world. I think it's very interesting. Very high and strict rules in this world. While, like, for example, Beneath the Shattered Sky had a very, like, nonsensical world that didn't have any rules. I think, like, Shannon McGuire manages to do so much world building in 200-page installments, and I think that's amazing. But yeah, I absolutely love this, and I gave this a 5 again, because of rereads. So 2 5-star reads, but only rereads get 5 stars, because everything else I read just doesn't. I did read one more thing, but that was one other long, and I did start A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but I don't really have many thoughts yet, because we are just like talking and interviewing people to see I'll just try to find out who the killer is, and I'm trying to guess who, and I'm not sure if it's correct. And then why we did all this audiobooking, because we wanted to finish Assassin's Crest, etc. Did build the One Piece ship, which I showed you yesterday. I'm pretty sure I filmed some of it. Not the actual build part, but the final product, because honestly I think it's stressful to film while building, and I just want to have a good time and not stop to film. So there's that. Super happy with that, but now I don't have any Lego, so I'm a bit sad. And then I can just say that we are on page 123. Also look at my cute bookmark in this, so like 1/4 in that, and then we will start. I think, I don't know if we will start today, but hopefully we will. But we will start Among the Burning Flowers, which is by Samantha Shannon. This is audio that I got off whole at once, so we are not doing like a list pick for this. We actually picked our next contender for the list after this, but I will show you that when we finish this. This is super short. The audio is like 8 hours long, so it will be like 2.5 hours to listen. Maybe we can finish the whole thing today. It all depends on our plans today. I am excited, but I don't know what audiobook activity I would do now, since I don't have my Lego. But I'm thinking I would try to finish the Tiny Bookshop game, because I played that a lot when it came out, and then I forgot about it. And now I talked for too long. Okay, I gotta go. So I might do that, or I might color, but I will show you whenever that happens. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. Forgot the microphone. Hello. Now you can hear me better. I have a very heavy Fairyloot for you today. This is the adult Fairyloot for September. I was like, which month is it? We are like into October, as we know, but it didn't get sent until now. And honestly, I'm not that excited, but I am excited to see the design, because has a very prominent design that's been going around. So interested to see how Fairyloot did it. So we have memory and malice is the theme. And here is the book. It is big. It is heavy. Oh my god, it's very different. I can already see that. And the plastic barely reached around here. Let's see. So it is Alchemized by San Linyu, which I feel like I heard other people pronounce correctly. This is a book that's been going around a lot. I am like not as excited, I think, as other people, because of where it stems from. But I was to read it because now I have it in my hands. And then we will see what I do with it if I don't like it. But here is the sprayed edges. It's very different. It's quite cool, like the sign on it. And then we have the end papers, which are like this. Oh. And then naked, it is very gorgeous. It completes like this. And then what we think we have the, yes, is this the original or color variant, I think, of the original cover? I think the design is cute, but I actually like expected even more. Especially, I feel like I had my expectations very high because it is Fairyloot, and I feel like I don't like feel. Also, it's a bit smudged in the corner, but you can't really see it. But like you can barely see it there. It's a bit smudged in one corner, but like, I feel like I expected even more from the design. It is very like, it is elegant and nice, but it doesn't blow my mind. I feel like I feel like I already forgotten how it looks like when looking away from it. But still, I will read it. I know it's like 1,000 pages long. Almost 1,000. It is like 960 basically. I shall read it before deciding if I'm gonna keep it or not, because then I can form my opinion what I think of it. But that is the Fairyloot. And then I don't have more updates for you right now. I'm gonna read, I think, a manga today. I will try to get to it. And then we will see. Yay! Hello. I feel I bit that inside, so I haven't been vlogging much. Why is half my picture the curtain? Please stop, thank you. What is going on? Whatever. I did start another book, which is a Norwegian classic, which is Smakens Grøde. It was like the soil something in English. It has been translated because the dude won the Nobel Prize in Literature, but then he was also a Nazi, so there's that. But I'm reading this because I'm trying to join, or I have joined this book club at work. So I started this today to read like Where I At. And I would say that I'm not enjoying it that much. I don't really like classics in this way. Like I could read Jane Austen, but I don't want to read this. And it's like written in such an old Norwegian that it's
basically Danish, and I also don't like reading Danish because I'm not Danish. But yeah, and it's just very boring. It's just about people and their farms, and I'm just not interested, and it's not fun. But I am reading it, and then we're gonna have like a discussion thing on Friday, and I borrowed this from my friend, so thank you so much for her saving grace. So I didn't need to spend any money on it. I think I just might have just said that I would join for the next book because there was a waitlist in the library, etc. And then as you can see, I have 2 packages. This is one of them. How do I open this without showing you my life? This is from Matis, who asked if I wanted some free books from them. So I said yes, and then I'd pay the shipping. It was hard. I put it in a purple plastic bag. I love. Let's see. Can I even do this? Apparently not. Matis also is from Norway, so it took like 2 days before it was here. It was so quick, obviously, because it's just another part of Norway. I'm struggling. Okay, now I'll just open it differently. I had to ruin the nice purple bag, but such is life. Such is life. So, we have 3 books. We have Good Girl, Bad Blood, and As Good as Dead. This is the second and third book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And as we know, I am currently reading the first one. It is underneath there. And update on that is that I don't think it is amazing, but I heard so many good things about it, and it's just like such a well-beloved book. I'm waiting for a really good plot twist to make it worth it. Right now, we just talked to a bunch of people, and I just feel like it's really weird that a main character who's like, I don't even remember how she is, all she is, that she's just figuring this out, and it's just like super random. Everyone's just opening up and talking about it to her, and I just like don't get why. I like don't feel like the book is well enough written to explain what everyone is just opening up to her about, like a really sad subject, because like there was this girl that died 5 years ago, or they never found the body, so maybe she's not dead, who knows. And now we're investigating into this. But yeah, I have now the second and third, so I wanted to do these anyway because I do complete my series. And then hopefully I will like, I was gonna say the first book more as like we are soon finishing it. We are third, fourths into it, but I feel like it needs to be like a good like kind of thing in the end. But yeah, thank you so much to make this for these. And then also Black Flamingo, which is by Dean Atta, a story told in verse. And I read this before I listened to the audio, and it's really, really good, and I always wanted a copy. So when this was in the piles, I asked if I could get it, and I'm very excited to have it on my shelves. Also have the other book by the author, which I also very much enjoyed. Then for the other package, it's really heavy and big, and I do think it's a collector's edition of one of my favorite books. Looking at it later, I was like, why did I actually buy this? And I regretted it when did they pull money from me. But hopefully it's pretty and real to make it worth it. Oh, this is something completely else than what I thought I just explained. This I actually need to open in another vlog. So I'm so sorry, but just pretend that didn't happen. Thank you so much to Matis for giving these books to me. And now I'm gonna go to bed and it's late. Bye! Honestly, I need to clean my desk. But, and this is the next day. As you saw yesterday, Erica and I was listening to audio and playing Switch. I was playing my Tiny Bookshop game, and she was playing Animal Crossing on 2 devices. And it was such a cozy time. We did that literally all afternoon since I came home from work. And it was the best time. And then I also read, or we finished a couple of audio, but I also finished another book. So need to update you on all of that. And then I'm going to the bookstore now because there's a sale and I ordered a bunch of things. And then this is last day for this vlog because we're on the 11th of October. There's 31 days in October, so I did the first one now with 11 days, and then there will be 10 for the next 2. So yesterday I did also finish A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This one was my buddy read with Johanna,
And obviously it's a very like hype mystery thriller book, and it follows a young girl that is investigating this case of this girl that disappeared, and people believe that, and everyone blamed it on her boyfriend, and then she really believes that he's innocent. He also died. And then we are investigating by talking to a bunch of different people. And then I thought that it started out a bit interesting, but then we just talked to a bunch of different people, and I felt like I lost overview of who was who, and it was just like just a lot of conversations, and I feel like it was just so unlikely that all of these people open up to our, how old is she, 17-year-old 18-year-old main character, like a random girl that comes. And I know that in theory when people ask you something, you like to talk, but it was just like so unlikely that she just figured all of this stuff out. I think at the same time I know that they just blame the whole like case on the boyfriend close case, and that was much easier because he was also not from a white family, he was Indian, and obviously police etc is racist. So I think in one part it was unrealistic that they just kind of gave up the investigation after they thought they got the answers etc. And then I had this one theory the whole way through the book, which was wrong, and I think that it did a good twist in the end, and I think that that is what and why people really love it, is because after we talked to a bunch of different people for 300 pages, we then get like a reveal and then a twist and then a reveal and then a twist, and I do think that that part was exciting. I did want to find out what was behind it all. It just felt like so unlikely that it could happen like this, and I was not as invested in like all the elements in the story because I lost overview because we were talking to a bunch of different people. So yeah, I felt fine about it. I don't think it was terrible. I think the parts of it was entertaining, but I didn't love it, and I wanted to love it, but I gave it like a 3.5. So that was that buddy read, and we are undecided if we're continuing together or not. As you know, the last unboxing we had here, I did get 2 and 3, and I really read those. They're also much longer, so maybe I could tell more into the story there. So yeah, but I didn't hate it or anything, I just didn't love it. Then I don't think I never got to mention to you that we did start the audio for Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon, but we started that not yesterday but the day before, and then we finished it yesterday, and I don't think I updated it in between, I can't remember. But this one is the prequel to Pride of the Orange Tree, and is it prequel to everything? I don't know, and just sets up things that has already happened. I didn't personally love this. I really love the world, and I love how Samantha Shannon writes, and I love like the different countries and places we have. It is a short, like 200, less than 200 pages almost book. We have a timeline, we have etc. behind here. 253 pages it is. And I don't think that this was bad, I just feel like it was short, and I didn't manage, I feel like, to settle with the different characters as I did, for example, in Priory. But Priory I did read physically, and then I reread it later on audio, and then I managed to like hang on to it more because then I can like fasten the names in my head better. So maybe I would enjoy this more if I like actually read it by my eyeballs. But I did audio it with Erica because we have listened to both Priory and Day of Fallen Night together, and that's why we obviously jumped right into audio for this one. But yeah, I just felt like I wasn't as engaged with the characters, or like I obviously saw some threads connecting to like the bigger books in the series, but I just didn't end up loving it, and I gave this also a 3.5. But I don't know if it was because we went the audio route, even though I didn't have problem with that in A Day of Fallen Night, but again, that is a bigger book that I could settle into more. Or it was just like this wasn't as interesting because I felt we were just repeating a lot of the things in the other books, etc. But it's a stunning book, and I will most likely reread both Priory, Day of Fallen Night and this one in the future anyway. So maybe I'll enjoy more then. Then, as you saw yesterday, because I do believe I filmed it, we did start and finish Crossroads of Ravens by Andrzej Sapkowski. I can never say his name. This is the newest Witcher book, which is like it's a prequel to all the other Witcher books. And both Erica and I love Witcher and have read all the books. Even though we didn't actually read these together, but we both listened to all of them on audio, but separately. And I listened to like The Last Wish like 3 times because I love that the most. And obviously we were both excited when a new Witcher book was coming out, and then I got it like in Libya once, so we were just like, okay, let's listen to it right now. And again, I didn't feel like I love this. I don't know what's happening, but this is about Geralt, and he's quite young here. Like, this is in the beginning of his story, not like when he's a child, but like in the beginning of his Witcher journeys. And it was fine. I just don't understand how this audio could be 7 hours long, and it says that the book is 400 pages, because this audio was 8 hours long and it's 250 pages. So like, I don't know what's happening with that physical edition. If it's like full edition that use like the biggest fonts ever, I just don't understand how that is a 400-page book. But I haven't got my copy yet. Obviously, it's on its way because I'm getting it in a sub. But now I finished it before it got here, and I didn't love it. I love the atmosphere of the world. I don't know how they are written, but I love the atmosphere. I love the world. I love the characters. I need to itch my nose. But this one, I just again felt a bit disconnected to. Maybe it's because it's a really long time since I read the other Witcher books, etc. But in generally, love Witcher, and I'm not saying that I hated this or anything. I just felt like I wasn't as engaged in the story, which is apparently the repeat for all the last three, and I give this also a 3.5, but it was still a really close time to listen to it. Now, I forgot to bring out the book that we started after that. We listened to so much audio yesterday, as I said, because we were playing the Switch, so I need to go and get that. After that, we started Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This one was a book that Erica wanted to read because she heard about it, and I have read it before, and I did love it, but I am frustrated about the characters. But this is a convenience of marriage story between a vampire and a werewolf, which was initially why I picked it up. I even borrowed it at the library because I was unsure if I would like it, because I have not had the best trajectory with Ali Hazelwood. But I absolutely love this and went out to buy a copy when I loved it. Mate has just come out. It came out yesterday. Or the day before, maybe. I'm buying Mate today when I'm going out. But now that we started this reread, I will also wait to read Mate until we finish that. But I want to read Mate ASAP. Also, we are in October, and Mate is about werewolves, so it couldn't be a better time. But yeah, we started this. We came to 30-ish% into it. And this is audio. This book is 400 pages, and the audio is 10 hours long. So I don't understand the Witcher book. Does he read very fast? I just don't understand. I don't understand length right now. It's really weird to be back, but obviously Bride was one of the books that we had in our master thesis. So I feel like I have been repeated and analyzed this book a lot in general, but it is good to be back. So yeah, that is chapter for that. So maybe we'll finish that today if we do the same as we did yesterday. You shall see. And then today I will read a manga, The Apothecary Diaries Volume 7, which I will try to update you about later, because I did read Comic Can Communicate when I said I was going to read a manga the other night, and I never talked about it. But it was a good volume. We are doing really well. Obviously, I've been reading books outside this vlog for my main vlog. And then I am now on 21 books so far this month, but I don't know how many of those are in this vlog anymore. I lost completely the plots, but I will figure it out before we wrap this up, I think. That was all I got for now. You should see me soon. Bye! We are car vlogging, because why not? I arrived at the first store. I'm gonna buy a present for my friend. And I only had it in this store and all of the city I live in. And I've never been here before. And I didn't understand because there is a bigger, better version of the store on the other side of the road. And that is why I was so confused. And I had to use Google Maps thing, and it was the whole thing. But I made it, and it's 4 minutes until it opens. And I'm gonna go over the road to the other mall to get the actual books. And I'm hungry. And then I need to stop at another store, and then I need to stop at another mall. So salaries for errands apparently. But that's why I went to opening, because it opens 10. It's 9:56. So that I don't waste any time, because then I can finish all my errands and then go home and do nothing for the rest of the day. I'm hopeful to be home around 12, which is in 2 hours, but I might also start to that before that. So we shall see. But yay, car vlogging or something. Yay. Hello. Yesterday I did do all the things I was going to do, and then we are ending this vlog now, but I'm just going to show off all the books I bought yesterday, and then a last wrap up of things we read, and I realized that is fun. First of all, where did I put the book? I just had it here, and then there was a billion books everywhere, so now I'm confused. Here. Yesterday, Eric and I did finish Bride, which I mentioned the day before that we started, and it was a reread, and it was very much fun and silly and nodding and everything. I am ready to read Mate, which I will show you in a moment. So I don't know if I will read it at once or if I will listen to it with Erica, because it feels a bit silly to read it on my own and then have to re-listen to it with Erica, so I don't know yet. But it was a blast, and I gave it 5 again, because honestly, even though Misery and Loeb are a bit silly and idiots, I still thoroughly enjoyed this story. The one Ali Hazelwood I can get behind, and I thoroughly enjoyed it a lot. Now, I bought a lot of books yesterday. I did buy the Twilight set, but that is in the Twilight vlog, so I'm not showing it off here. But I bought loads of other books I ordered in because it was a sale. So starting off, we have Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. This is then illustrated by Nicole Delort, and this is the illustrated edition of Catching Fire. Hunger Games came last year, and I obviously got that. And then I did Catching Fire this year, so I assume Mockingjay will maybe come the year after, depending on. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous big illustrated edition. This one is purpley and naked. It is absolutely stunning. Hunger Games is one of my favorite things ever, so obviously I needed it. There is art. And I know at once, like, when I see the scenes where we are in the book, because I read it so many times. And yeah, very, very, very excited to have this. And then, let's see if I can pack out the other books here. I bought We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver. This one I have already read, and obviously I'm trying to be better at book buying, etc. So when I finished this, I knew I wanted it. So I waited until it came in the height to match like the other UK paperbacks I have, which is my favorite height of books. I could have bought the hardcover at the time, but then I just waited until this one came out because that's the height I like to collect more. They use less space, etc. And this one follows this family that lives in this house, and then someone knocks on the door and basically says they used to live there. Can I come in and see the house now? And then the story unravels for there. It is really, really weird, and I was trying to like guess constantly of what was going to happen next. It was so, so, so good. So excited to read the next one by the author. There was no problem for me to wait until this one was here, like this one in the site. It came now in September. I want to own things I really enjoyed, and this one is definitely one I want to reread and revisit. So it counts in there, you know. Then we got Mate, which is obviously the sequel to Bride, but it's more like we follow a different couple. But obviously I know which couple it is. I'm so, so excited to see more of this world and etc. This one, it is pretty thick. It's like 447 pages. And I'm so, so, so excited to dive in more, and I hope I love it. I actually bought special editions of them because Illumicrate resold theirs. So I was a bit unsure if I wanted to keep these paperbacks, but then I thought, like, since I love it, yes, but also I could get rid of the paperbacks later, it's fine. Then we have The Sovereign, why can't I say that? By C.L. Clarke. This is the final book in the Magic of the Lost series. I read 1 and 2 and did enjoy them, so I'm going to read this. But I feel like my brain has tricked me into enjoying them more than I actually enjoy them, so I'm unsure if how much I enjoy them, but we should see now for the final book. But I have the others. I do think I want to keep them, so I did get the final third one. Then we have Fury of the Gods by John Grine. This one came last year, but it didn't come in this height until now in October. And I obviously have 1 and 2 in the height, and I would never buy them not matching. That wouldn't work for me. But yeah, it is the final one in the Bloodsworn saga. And like, again, I do have the rest, so I wanted this one as well. The next, is it 4? Yes, it is 4. We have just some manga. This is volume 32, 33, 34, and 35 of Comic and Communicate. I do believe there's no more out right now, but I think it is it 38 volumes altogether or something? But this was the most recent ones, so I got all of them now in one big bundle because life, sale, and all that. So yay. Actually, I am really close to being on these volumes, so it's not like that far off. But there's a reason I ordered it all like this, and that's why it's so many. But I don't bother explaining it because it's complicated. But yeah, generally, because it was a sale, and I got 40% off on all of these, so that is what it's worth. Then the last but not least, we have Ponyo, which is the next one where they did like the film comics. We have Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, and My Neighbor Totoro in this. Next one is Princess Mononoke, coming next spring. But obviously Ponyo came in August. I am a bit late to it, I think. I needed to wait for the sale, etc. to come in. But I got it now, and I'm very excited. And that was my little haul, plus the Twilight box set. We love to see it. Then, we did actually start another audio, but since this vlog is over today, I'm just gonna like insert that in the next vlog. And I also started actually another buddy read with my patrons. But again, since we're finishing that in the next vlog, I will just talk about it in the next vlog. Since instead of starting to talk about it here, I need to start the other vlog right after this clip anyway. It's a whole thing. But right now, out of this moment, so far into October, I have finished 24 books. For this vlog, I think I mentioned, because a lot of them were for the vlogs, 10 of them were for this vlog, which is way too many because I'm supposed to mainly read for my other vlog. So that is way too many for this one. But this time I decided to collect them because that looks much nicer. Here's a little pile of books. We also had Bloom, which I obviously don't own. And we also have Crossroad of Ravens, which I don't own. But I do own the rest. And then I also started, because I do remember I mentioned that, also started the Knut Hamsun book. But I didn't finish it. I'm finishing that next week. But obviously we did mention it, so it is here. But it's not a finished book. And that is it for this vlog. So thank you so much for watching. We had a lot of reading, apparently, not on purpose, but it's because I listened to a lot of audio with Erica in the end. And we had a good little haul and some unboxings, and I built Lego. So leave a vote emoji down below if you enjoyed this, because I did build one piece at a point in this vlog. And you should see me soon in a new one. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next October vlog, where I also have a readathon, which is next weekend. So I will read a lot for that as well. Bye!